And as you can see, we're popping into chapter 2 here, and we are introducing 2 brand new characters. So we have Revesai, played by the lovely Sly, who's also my sister, if you didn't know. She's amazing. And then we also have Nyx, played by Shorty, who's a really dear friend and someone who I've played with for many, many years. So I'm very excited for you guys to meet their characters. We're gonna do a couple of introductions, or no, not introductions, announcements before we get rolling here. So just a little bit of a reminder, this is an 18 plus campaign. There are quite a few content warnings just because of the nature of what we're doing. So keep that in mind as you are listening. Protect yourself. Remember to dip away if you need to. But we are in what I have decided to call the Preamble arc. We're meeting the characters, and then they will eventually be pulled together for the first actual arc. So we're in kind of like a little bit of a prequel here. But we're gonna dive right in. If you have any questions, make sure to hit !Mythos to look at my website to hopefully have some answers to your questions. And if for some reason you're with us on Twitch and you need to dip at any point, note that this will be on my Mythos YouTube channel on Saturday. So just a little bit of a tip there if you need to dip at any reason. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, hi, thank you. You're loved and welcome. Alrighty, and I think for now you are loved and welcome. Who knows what will change? And I think with that we are going to get rolling. First, Revesai. You dream. It's always in your dreams, yet you hate that word because they are never yours, nor are they your dream. They are a haunting, grisly reminder and a duty. It's the real world where you can dream, the awake world that is so lively with music and sound and hope. It's this space that is a burden, a responsibility, a beholding. A red ribbon tied around your heart that holds you in a silent nightmare that is your reality, your past, and your future. The same black space before you. The ground like obsidian beneath you, reflecting the billows of black smoke. Black velvet curtains that always reminded you of your Manor's music room stage at the edge of your vision. And your reflection looking back at you. Tied. Always tied, in a satin red ribbon, wrapped around you in pretty patterns, and always across your mouth. Silence. You wait, watching for the familiar flicker in the fog. Bare feet, a silken sheet of black hair, the chiffon of a long bell sleeve. Silence. The black lace of twin fans, gilded glints of the frame, and the sweep of the leg. Silence. A flame ignites, and you're never sure if it's a strike or simply just her eyes opening. Ember eyes, burning with years of stoked fury. The flame of hurt, the smoke of revenge. Her silent dance is familiar. You could perform it in your sleep, after seeing it in your sleep, every night for years. So many years. So much silence. You feel the red ribbon tighten, a pull, a demand. More. Always more. You wake, gasping for air, craving sound. Something to fill the silence. Echoing in your ears. Before we jump into this moment, Nyx. Nyx, you also dream. For you, it's memories at first. Always the same night. A stark reminder of the drive for her judgment. You've lived it. Hold on to it. Remember it. It's your drive, your purpose, and your hope. You let go, allowing yourself to witness the reminder before her message, knowing that it'll always shape your reality, your past, and your future. You feel the ash on your lashes, smell burning wood. You look to the sky, gray clouds above you and snowflakes of ash hitting your face. You hear the chaos around you, people screaming, sobbing, crying. A large hand snatches you, squeezing too tightly, and you hear a pop in your ear. Another body is in the hand with you, a tangle of limbs and sobs and tragedy. Your vision fades to come back to a dingy cage, the smell of refuse and decay and blood around you. You watch helplessly as the people who accepted you are taken, one by one, coming back different, wrong, animalistic, missing limbs or growing horns, always in pain, so much pain. And sometimes they don't come back at all. Then she came. A twisted diadem of bone-like material on her head. You memorize her face, the first human you have seen in a sea of giants. A drow with the longest ears, eyes turned inward, a pointed nose, elegant and otherworldly, features just a little bit too sharp. A taunting, a promise to take you, and then, after you, the children gathered behind you as you protected them from their parents, fighting their transformations and their new nature. A little girl is pulled from behind your back, a crack across your head with a cackled threat as you feel small hands holding you, the feeling of slipping away. And then you dream. You step onto the center of a set of scales, surrounded by nothingness. A figure floats before you, a dark dress pooling by her feet, caressing her curves and hooding her head. A huge scythe glows on her back, purple flames licking the blade. A long black plates appear from under the hood, as glowing as purple eyes, almost cat-like, look at you. My creature of action, you are always set in a place of choice, a place of honor. You are my judgment, my reaper. Remember to protect and preserve those that uplift society, the world. Maintain the innocent and the pure, and those who will bring honor and change. As for those who are too far gone, those who hate society, who seek to destroy the innocent of this realm, and those who are corrupted beyond repair, reap their souls. Take them in the name of Morgan. You wake, the smell of smoke and ash and fire filling your lungs, a scythe in your hands. Now, both of you fully wake, gasping for air. Sitting up in bed on instinct, Revesai, sound comes back to your ears as the silence is filled by your own breath, the breath of your roommate. You look over. And Nyx, what does he see? What do you look like, if you could describe yourself?
Yeah, you see a purple grayish drow, her ears pointed up. She has purple hued eyes, laying down probably in just like a white flowy dress shirt and some kind of cloth pants. Her hair probably up in a bun. And she does not move or stir. Her eyes just open and she looks straight up at the ceiling.
Okay. And as we kind of pan out, Nyx isn't necessarily looking at you, but Revesai, what do we see?
He's currently, like, the most unkempt you'd probably ever see him. A very loose shirt, those like short fancy bloomers with lace. His hair is very sweaty. He's got very, very light blonde hair. That looks like it's typically very well styled. Icy blue eyes. Very high elf, long, long pointed ears, and a face that's normally smirking if Nyx looks over. Now drenched in like this absolute sense of terror for a moment before very quickly schooling his face and looking over you and saying, "Well, early morning?"
As you're saying that, Nyx, you're kind of coming back to yourself and you realize that the scent of smoke was not just from your dream. Something's burning. And you begin to like hear yells from outside and below you.
I think you set something on fire again.
I did. That was, I was incredibly drunk.
Whatever, let's go figure it out.
Ugh, give me a moment. Where are my freaking pants? I think they're over with your stuff.
I'll start putting my armors on.
Okay, you can easily enough. I'm not going to take away your armor from you in this moment. You grab your stuff. You instinctually like pick up all your items, things that you might need. Something's wrong. And you burst through the door and see that the hallway is actually on fire right now, blocking your path downstairs to the main tavern hall and the exit. You hear chaos down there. There's a crackling of fire. You hear Urgala, who was the innkeeper. You know that she's a retired adventurer and she loves interacting with you guys. Very, very charming and personable. But you hear her cussing, just swearing up a storm, and then a large smacking sound, and then you hear some little just cackles. How are you proceeding down there? There's fire in the hallway.
Well,
To battle, Revesai! I run.
That's not my fucking name!
Okay, so you burst through and are trying to jump through the fire, and you realize that the stairs are fully on fire, and you're gonna have to kind of like make a leap for it. So if you would like to do that, you can make a dexterity check, acrobatics specifically, or if you want to, I'll allow athletics as well. So acrobatics or athletics, or if you want to like jump the 2 stories out the window instead, you are more than welcome to do that.
I look over towards
At me
the window.
rolling down the stairs.
And I look at you rolling down the stairs and I go, "God damn it, woman!" And I also jump through.
Okay. So you are rolling down the stairs. Well, that's exactly what happens. You jump, your foot kind of gets caught as the wood is beginning to give way, Nyx, and you kind of go rolling down the stairs a little bit. And oh no, I don't have any dice out. What is wrong with me?
Oh,
I know.
Quick,
How dare
Jordy, now! Well, the DM's unprepared.
Nyx, you
That
take.
means I don't take any damage.
No, you do.
Hell yeah!
You take 5 fire damage, just kind of as you get caught and it begins licking up your ankle and you begin to roll through the actual fire. Revesai, you manage to jump over everything after seeing her bit of a fumble, and you do not take any damage.
There's like a little ember on my very nice like embroidered vest that I like flick off and I go, "Tough landing?"
You're a douchebag. I'll cast False Lights on myself to restore my temp HP.
Okay.
Since I can do it at will, I shall do it all the time.
I am also going to cast Mage Armor on myself because I suspect I've heard those bits of laughter before.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say that you've heard those bits of laughter before, but you know that there's probably something happening here.
Yeah.
So as you kind of burst through this door, out of the hallway into the main part of the tavern, you see that flames are licking up the side of the inn. There's beams are beginning to crumble, and you see Urgala, the very lovely innkeeper, is beating back several of these small figures that seem to be made of lava and pure flames. And if I could direct your attention to the battle map. So it's going to be pitch black for a moment. If you could drop yourselves kind of in the center of the map, it's going to be hard to find it.
Nailed it.
Nice!
Bam!
Okay, you're actually a little bit over here.
I still see nothing.
Well, you gotta drop
Nailed
your token.
Oh, did I not?
Oh,
Her token's there.
where is it? Oh,
On the map.
Like here. I can't see.
it's very... Why does it look like that? Why is it a white square? We tested this. Oh no, it just was taking ages to load. Okay, give me 1 second to get our good old friends onto being able to see the map, because it is currently
I still,
pitch
in
black for
fact,
them.
cannot the sea.
Oh, really? I added your...
That's what you get for being a human.
I'm not a human.
Okay, that's
Whatever.
hilarious that you can't see, because I just dropped chat's token on top of you, and
I guess
chat's
just
token
better than
can
me.
see. So
I guess chat's just better than me.
yeah, chat's just better than you, I guess. So I don't know what's happening there. Here, let's delete your token and bring it back if you could.
Yep. Bam. It's also just might be the issue of Roll20 chronically hates me, so...
Roll20 does chronically hate you. Maybe do a refresh for me, that'd be great.
Already going.
Hey.
Oh, I can see now.
Okay. That's
I
great
see
news.
I see just a little... Oh, there I am. Where am I, dear DM? Like right here? There we are.
Yes. You are exactly right there. It's so funny because Roll20 on Google is, like, Chrome is always so much slower than on Firefox, but I don't know that Firefox has the extension that I need. So.
It does. I use it.
What?
Are you talking about the Beyond 20?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's had it for years.
Can you get out of 2015?
I'm so sorry. Wow. Okay. Can somebody mark off Shorty roasts Zari and it's very valid on their bingo card? I feel like we need chat bingo cards. Okay. Okay, we are diving on in. So, very evidently, there is combat happening. These creatures look to be running around, causing chaos, literally lighting things on fire. Ugala is battling over there. She is punting one of these creatures. And so, if you all could, please roll me some initiatives.
Yes. Hell yeah, 2, baby!
Okay. Let me get these guys in there. Aw, man, why didn't it work? It hates me. Okay. And then we will be good to go in just a second. Okay. So, just for the sake of things, these guys have already taken their round. We're jumping in on you guys bursting through the door. So, it is your turn, Nyx. As you burst through this door, you see a creature right in front of you. The entire thing is getting lit on fire, and there is chaos. What are you doing?
Revesai, you handle the flames since you're so good at getting things wet, apparently. And I'll go attack these.
Oh my god.
Why are there multiple Nyxes?
Oh,
That
because
wasn't me.
chat has to have their own token
Ah!
in order to be able to see. I've not figured out a better way to do this, so if anybody has any suggestions, I will absolutely take them.
Can you do just like a clear or a blank?
Maybe I should do that, or like just like a floating placeholder that can see everything.
translucent or
Yeah.
something. Mhm.
I'll figure it out. We're in the works. We're experimenting with a lot more. As you can tell, I'm even just like having a great time playing with dynamic lighting. Okay, Nyx,
Oh, it's been a good time.
what are you doing as you reach out and bash into
I
these
attack this
creatures?
one.
Okay, go for
I
it.
swing my big scythe. 25.
Yeah, what does your scythe look like as you kind of activate it and pull it out?
Oh yeah, it's cool. It actually has a metal shaft that kind of retracts. Is that the word you would use? Probably. It retracts up and kind of folds along the blade. And the blade is it's a kind of a jagged curve, and it kind of looks like black obsidian.
Nice. Beautiful. Okay,
Thank you.
so go for it. Yeah,
15 damage on that one.
you absolutely obliterate this one, and it bursts into flame and explodes. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Ah!
Okay, you take 7 fire damage as this thing explodes around you, and the table completely lights on fire next to you.
Okay.
Cool.
You're doing a great job, sweetie.
I'm gonna attempt to throw the other one at Revesai.
Okay. Make a grapple check. So athletic or yeah, it has to be athletics.
Oh. Here it comes. It's at 8.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Let's see if this thing can evade you. It actually, it's so shocked. It looks like it's trying to dodge you, and it's so shocked that instead of swinging your scythe, you actually reach down and grab it, and you're holding it. So if you want to chuck it, you absolutely can. Go ahead and
He's
just
earned this.
make a dexterity check as kind of like a I don't know what it's called. I'm blanking on what it's called. Improvised weapon. Okay, Revesai, is your AC at 12?
No.
Okay, so Revesai, you dodge out of the way as this creature goes absolutely flying, and kind of lands over. Oh, I almost just drew on him instead of chucking him, and kind of hits the wall over here, and lands there. Go ahead and roll me. I'll just give you 2d6 of fall damage. We'll call it.
Throw damage.
8 throw damage.
Okay, it looks absolutely hurt by that and not great. Oh wait, I didn't mean to kill it. Wrong thing. Absolutely hurt by that, and it's not doing too great already. And it whimpers a bit as it smacks into the wall. Okay, anything else on your turn?
I'll back up a little.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, chat.
What were you saying, Revesai?
I was just
Go for it.
I was just talking shit.
Go for it. You can talk shit.
You could have hit me there.
I thought you could use a company since you go home alone every night.
We literally sleep in the same room. Didn't you enjoy last night?
No.
You see him like genuinely for a second look kind of sad. Fine then. I guess I'll have to get better poems.
Okay, anything else, Nyx?
I just want to back up, and then you move me back for some reason.
Oh,
You jerk.
I didn't mean to move you back. Oh, I moved the wrong token. I'm so sorry. That was my bad. Okay, Revesai, what are you doing?
Alrighty. Let's take care of the first one. He's gonna pull out these beautiful steel fans, but instead of using them, he flicks them at he points them at the one that Nyx just threw, and then this one over here, and he's gonna cast 2 Eldritch Blast.
Okay, sounds great.
At the top one, a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that absolutely obliterates it.
Well, it's 13 force damage.
It doesn't matter. It was at 1 HP.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, yes. Also, I rolled a
11 does miss. These things are very dexterous
Alright,
as they dodge out of the way. And what happens is this thing bursts into fire, and you're trying to dodge and shoot at the same time at the second one, and your blast goes just like a little bit to the side. And you manage to get out of the way of the most of the burst as it dies, but you do take 4 fire damage.
oh shit. Oh, these always take 20 years to fix. He's like dusting off the burn on his coat.
Okay. Urgala goes, oh, thank goodness you guys are here. Luckily nobody else was staying here, but this place is gonna go, soon. So we gotta get rid of these creatures and put out the fire. And
Alright.
true to what she said, there was nobody else really staying here. It's a not super sleepy town, but like the last group of merchants had just passed through. So, but she attacks one of these creatures.
Oh, DM, I still have my bonus action.
Oh, you do? Go for it. Use your bonus action.
Yeah, no worries. He would have just, he was just gonna send a Bardic Inspiration over to Nyx as he says, Nyx, you fight so brutally, but your love is so sweet. As he throws a little...
Beautiful. Absolutely great.
And that is still just a d6 at this level.
Okay, sounds good. So you have a d6 of Bardic Inspiration. So what Urgala, after saying that, completely chucks this one against the wall, and it bursts into flame. She managed to shove it so it didn't do any damage to her. And then she smacks into this one, and it's looking very hurt and hissing at her, but seems to still be together. Okay. And it is now their turns. So, who's left? This one? Yeah, Nyx, seeing you, it's gonna rush forward and get kind of in your range. Wow, why are you so far away? Please, thank you. And try to attack you there. That is a... Come on. 23 to hit you?
Yeah.
Dang, I rolled so well. And it doesn't, like, you wear kind of like half plate armor, and it just reaches down and pats on your knee and manages to set some of your pants on fire. You take 9 fire damage and you are now on fire.
Okay.
And this one is going to attack her. And you just hear her yelp in the corner, and she looks like she's about ready to stop, drop, and roll. Okay, she's also on fire. So, Nyx, until you take an action to douse the fire, you are burning. What would you like to do?
I'll just douse the fire
Okay. So,
and roll 10 feet this way.
okay. It will take an attack of opportunity as you roll. But you do manage to put out the fire. It rolls a absolute 7 and completely misses. As you do a super sick roll out of the way, and it hisses at you.
No, it's not sick. It's stop, drop, and roll.
Okay. A not sick, very intense stop, drop, and roll. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bonus action, anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Revesai, what would you like to do?
I think same thing as last time. It was relatively effective. I'm gonna do another 2 Eldritch Blasts. One on this one, and then one on the one that I missed again.
Okay. Holy
How's
shit.
that 20 for you, DM?
Yeah.
This is on the one that attacked Nyx.
Okay, it absolutely burst into flames. Luckily, Nyx got far enough away, and so it is just dead, obliterated. Your Eldritch Blast blows it back, and it starts that table in the back on fire. Okay, and then you said you're throwing more on somebody else?
Yep, and I get my temp HP. Yeah, the second one is on this one.
Okay.
Ah, fuck. This thing's just so... Will you stay still? Making it very difficult.
Out of the way, and then he just like snickers and goes,
Oh, piss off, you bugger. It's too early in the morning for good comebacks.
Beautiful. Anything else? Bonus action?
I think good for right now. I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna just stay right here for the moment.
Okay. Okay, so from around the corner, you hear another one of these things screech, and she tosses it away. And it bursts on fire, and then she goes, ah, fuck my rug! As this one dies. And then she will take a couple steps forward. It is this creature's last turn. Likely last turn, considering there's 3 of you and 1 of it. And it's going to run towards you, Revesai, because you've been throwing things at it. And it just reaches out and pats you, or attempts to, with a 12 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay.
I just kind of like dodge out of the way and go, oh, pardon me.
Beautiful. And it just looks at you, flaming, right at your feet. Nyx, what are you doing?
Nyx will jump back, and then her scythe will glow purple, and she will swing it twice to Eldritch Blast this thing twice.
Perfect. Go for it.
Wait, I'm still here!
Sorry!
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Nice.
Yep.
And a 7.
Mm-hmm.
15.
You obliterate it. It bursts. Make a dexterity saving throw, Revesai. Okay. It blows
7?
up, and it's just like that fire engulfs you, and then it like dies down for a second, and you just look absolutely singed, coughing up fire, or coughing up smoke for 9 fire damage.
Oh, and I just got that health back.
For the sake of things, you guys are out of initiative, but your Gala is running around, like, desperately trying to put out fire. She rushes into the kitchen and pulls, like, a bucket, and starts to, like, douse the fires, and as she does, someone bursts through the door. You would actually recognize him, Revesai. Oh, come on. You gotta actually burst through the door, dude. He does not want to burst through the door. You would recognize him, Revesai. He is Othavar, the leather worker. You probably, like, he's carrying a bucket, and he, like, chucks it onto the flaming rug and goes, oh, fuck. But you probably recognize him because the last couple of times that you've passed through this town, you've probably bought or commissioned some leather goods from him. He's one of the best leather workers in the area, so your family maybe has interacted with him a couple of times.
Of course, he made my favorite pair of shoes. I'm currently wearing them.
Sure, he absolutely did. And then he, like, looks at you two, and he goes, giants, there's fire giants in the town square. And more creatures that they brought are coming up the road. I tore through the fields to warn people.
Oh, shit.
Your Gala is desperately trying to save her tavern. What are you guys doing?
Question DM. So thaumaturgy, technically, it says that I can cause flames to dim.
Okay.
Does that mean I could potentially use that to like lower them at all?
You know what? Considering a lot of things, I will say that you can thaumaturgy get them mostly to embers. You can't fully put them out, but you can get them mostly to embers. As
Essentially, not actively burning.
yes, I will absolutely allow that.
Yeah, he's still like singed. He still has like one of the classic little like embers like flying off of his hair, and he just goes, "Ha!" and does a little double clap, and almost like theater, it dulls down to embers and goes, "Ah, that should help at least stay off any expeditious leaping of flames."
Actively coming up the road. Help, please.
Fine.
Are you guys running out the door? Or are you
Yeah.
staying and helping with the fire? What are you doing?
I mean, it seems like if I've dulled it down to embers, Revasi's like, my work here is done.
Okay. Nyx, are you following?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast False Life on myself out when we leave,
Okay.
but I am gonna go.
Yep.
Which door?
I will
Or is it
absolutely
going to be
allow
a
that.
new map?
It's going to be a new map, but what door you pick will have change. So which door do you want to go out?
Which door did he come from?
He came in the north door right here. I opened it for
So
you.
then,
That
thank you. Then we should probably go through that door then.
Okay. So, as you rush through that door, I'm gonna read you a little bit first, but you see that a small entourage is already passing the flaming in. A farmer is desperately beating the flames back from his house, cutting down grass and splashing water onto the woods. A couple more of the fire elemental creatures dash past you, kind of like a little bit onto the road and past you. And two tall orc-like humanoids in plate armor with a wicked grin and even wickeder axes follow them. So, I'm gonna drop you on a brand new map if you could, oh no, come on. Come on. Please. Thank you. If you could drop yourselves kind of in the middle left, that would be great.
Yes, sirree. If roll
Or
20
left.
is... Ooh.
The middle
There we
left.
go.
Yes, Nyx, kind of exactly where you are.
Oh, perfect. Here we are.
You're gonna need to move a little bit to the left a bit more because of the door you went out, but oh no,
Like over here.
yeah, it's literally the tavern but zoomed out.
Okay.
So it's just a bigger map. I just did not want to have to deal with a bigger map in the first round.
Valid. Be free.
Okay, give me a second.
You know, it's not great when most of my abilities are fire. Very helpful here.
You know what?
Just keep blasting them.
Everybody just ignore Nyx sitting here in the corner.
I see nothing.
You see
I'll
absolutely
minor
nothing.
illusion myself over there.
Thank you. Thank you. This is
You know
my
what?
way of dealing with it, so I don't have to move the
I was
token
gonna
with
say,
you.
I minor illusion myself down in that right hand corner, but it's something I can magically do
Yeah.
for some reason.
But this way chat can kind of see what's going on, and it's fine. Okay. With
What the
that,
fuck is those ugly bastards?
Doesn't matter. Aim at the top one. Go. And I'm gonna swing my scythe and Eldritch Blast it twice.
okay. We are. Oh no, I deleted initiative. So let's just re-roll.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, they rolled real well.
Oh, I rolled so much better this time. Roll off. Yes.
What's your dexterity?
18.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely go before these creatures. Okay,
Nice.
so
Hey, I was told the one on top.
okay.
So, do these things look like they take a bit to get taken out?
Yeah, they look considerably heftier than these little elementals tearing around.
Okay, good to know. He is going to. It's within. That's definitely 6 feet, right? Yeah, perfect. You see him start to whisper a discordant melody, one that speaks of pain and death and fire and blood and souls being ripped out, and he's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Does it get both of them? Oh, one creature. I should know
It's
how
just one
this works.
creature.
I love this spell. Okay.
Let's see.
Wisdom
That's a
saving
DC
throw.
15.
Yeah, absolutely fails.
Awesome. It's going to take just the 9 psychic damage, but more importantly, it is sprinting away from you.
Okay. That's about 30 feet. Alrighty, as you whisper this, and it just kind of is absolutely silent. And he looks at you in fear and just takes off. As just black blood begins to pour from his nose. Okay, any movement or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I am going to question DM.
Answer.
Can I offhand attack throw my fan? Would that be allowed?
You know what? I'm gonna say, okay. So the way that 2-weapon fighting works is with like your offhand attack, you have to have taken the attack action. So I'm setting the...
I've never played that way, so that's fine.
Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe I'm shorty in my line. That's how I've always read. But
Did you ask me a question? I'm sorry, what was it?
it was with 2-weapon fighting for the bonus action. Do you have to have taken the attack action, or am I thinking of something else?
I think you have to take the attack action.
Okay, we're gonna
Good
trust
to know.
Shorty. He knows more of the rules than I do.
Yeah, no, it says when you take the attack action
Okay.
on your turn.
So, for the sake of things, I will let you use thrown weapon fighting, because your fans are considered light with your bonus action. But since you did not take the attack action, you cannot use it this time.
That is perfectly fine.
I am setting the DM rule. I don't care what it says.
That is perfectly fine. Alright then, I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. Shorty, what's your dexterity? I don't remember.
14.
Okay, so these little guys are before you. Okay, so this creature, annoyed, like now that his head is shaken loose, and very annoyed, he is going to begin to walk back towards you, but cannot go very far, considering you just did stuff to him. But he will, however, dash. So, where's he gonna go? Right here. Okay. And then this guy. Yeah, I think that he's also going to kind of dash and get in between you two.
Are they, now that they're closer to me, are they ogres?
They are ogre-like. They definitely look different than ogres that you've seen before. They seem to be stronger, a little bit beefier and larger. Their tusks are longer, and so they seem to be some variation of ogres, or orcs. Ogres are a little bit like larger, more sumo wrestler like appearance, a little bit dumber.
Mhm.
Orcs are more organized. You would know that your family has probably dealt with waves of orcs that have come occasionally. You haven't seen this variation before. And they are
Okay.
equipped in like full plate armor. Their great axe seems to be pretty nice make. Like they are war cast.
Okay.
Like war
Okay.
mongers. There we go.
Important question. How much blubber do they have?
It's hard to tell under the plate armor.
Good to know.
But their arms are pretty muscular in the, like, they're large, using them muscular way, not like the hi, I'm a gym boy ripped way.
Okay. Strong man, not
Strong man, yes.
Bodybuilder.
But that is all they can do on their turn is run. And run.
And run they did, unfortunately.
Actually, this guy can get to you because he can run as his bonus action. So he will use his action to attack you. Not me.
Then what did I do?
Okay, that is a 25 to hit you.
Definitely hits.
And a 9, which I assume misses.
Yes.
So you weren't kind of expecting this thing to full-on aggressively charge you. And so the first one catches you off guard. You take 7 points of slashing damage. I rolled boo-boo. And then you manage to dodge out of the way of the next one, nimble like a dancer.
Alright. He goes, ugh, you fucking bastard! And he's gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. What is that? Charisma?
It is a
Dex
dex saving throw or take. Ooh, that was some pretty damage.
Yeah! I rolled a 15!
Hell yeah! He just goes, oh, you bitch! And he just, like, flicks the fan, like, fully open this time at him. And just a wave of fire just explodes in his face.
Yep, and he just looks absolutely singed. It's as if, like, you cooked him, and it's just like the blink of, like, what you looked like back in the tavern. So, was not expecting that, and he's not looking to, he's starting to look bloodied already. Singed. Anyway, it is these little creatures' turns. They are going to, oh, come on. They're going to run forward and light this building on fire. Or attempt to, at least. This one is going to come over here and light this building on fire. And this one's going to join him. It looks like the building hasn't quite ignited, but they are making an effort. And you see this farmer over here is starting to panic and, like, aggressively watering. But then he sees the elementals rush towards him and he screeches and, like, runs over here a little bit more. And starts yelling in one of the windows. So. Okay. That is their turns. Nyx, what are you doing?
I've got this!
He does not
Yeah.
got this.
He looks not great.
She'll just clap her hands and say, "Time to play my favorite game, hide and go seek." And she'll cast darkness right here.
Ooh. Hell yeah. Can you see in magical darkness, Revesai?
I, in fact, cannot.
Oh no. Okay. I don't. Hold on. Is there a way to? How do I put a circle?
Like that.
Thank you, Shorty. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Actually.
And I hide in the bottom.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. It is absolutely dark. Revesai, what are you doing?
I don't think that's getting this! Can I, like, sense the guy right next to me?
Oh,
here?
absolutely. He didn't move. The lights
Cool.
just went out.
I'm going to, like, reach out, because he's got plate mail.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp at advantage.
Hell yeah. So Yeah, I'll let you do it. Even though it's darkness, so you would have disadvantage, I think it's funny, so you get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
11.
Okay. You hear him, like, you hear the aggressive, like, his teeth rattling, and you feel him buckle. He's probably not doing too great.
Alright, but more importantly, he can't take reaction.
Okay.
I am going to stumble. I'm trying to get out of this darkness.
Okay.
I don't necessarily. Sly knows which way to go, but he doesn't. So he's gonna try going this way. Does he see anything?
No, not yet. And it makes sense that you would go that way because you knew where the other guy was. You don't want to run towards him.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna keep going this way. Would I be mostly out at this point?
You would be.
Alright, cool. He's gonna. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's making his way over this way. And he goes, Nyx, that wasn't helping! And that'll be it for now.
Okay. Sounds great. These creatures are going to... what's their intelligence? It's okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll survival checks for them to kind of see if they're able to figure out their way out of here. This one does pretty easily, because he's right on the edge of the circle, and so kind of like steps out over here, and continues to step. Actually, no. He sees the, a little bit more fragile guy down here and is gonna start charging him. Which I did not roll initiative for him, so we're gonna bop him into the initiative order too. Oh. Okay. Sounds great. Except it did not read, but it's fine. Okay, but he is able to actually attack him because of his charge ability. So let me just do that quickly. As he dodges out of the way. But he's reeling from Revesai's attack and still a little shocked. And this guy is very, very quick on his feet and manages to dodge out of the way both times. Okay. This one rolled horrible on his survival check, so I'm gonna say that he moves a bit. Come on, actually move. But doesn't really do anything. He spends his turn lost in the darkness. Okay. These guys are all attacking, and both buildings burst into flames. And you start to hear screams. These circles are flames now because I did not change out of circles. Okay, Nyx, what are you doing?
I'll start slinging purple blast out of the darkness with advantage. So I'll attack this guy.
Perfect.
17.
17 definitely hits.
Oh my god.
Okay.
A second one.
Okay.
That was 17.
Also
Oh
hits.
my god.
That's okay. It was just enough. He was not doing too well. As he starts charging, Oathiver, and just like your two blasts beam him, and he flies a little bit this way, and falls over completely dead.
Don't worry, finish that one for you. And then I'll just run up next to this one.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Revesai, what do you do?
I am going to send teal blasts at these far ones over here. I assume 120 feet can hit that.
Yes, you will be able to hit them.
Yeah, definitely. First one at the top one.
Misses.
I keep rolling 11s. I was at the bottom
Absolutely
one.
hits.
13.
Yeah, this thing bursts, and the house is already on fire, but now it's even more on fire.
Alright, and then I am going to...
Oh, shoot. Of course, I deleted the one that was the token tracker.
20. 25. I can make it here with 30 feet, just so I can kind of see them. And he kind of does that weird, like, hesitate thing for a bit, and is like, oh, this town's too pretty to burn. Hey! Little fire things! How do you pick on me? I'm much more flammable.
Aww. Okay. And is that your turn?
Yes, I was hoping I could perhaps roll something to start attacking me.
You get the sense that since they lit this house on fire, their job is done. So they turn to you and they grin, and it's just fire coming out of their mouths. They at you. So yeah, you have their attention.
Great.
Okay. It is the Orgog's turn. He feels you sidle up to him, Nyx, and begins wildly swinging his great axe. With a 12 and a 15 at disadvantage, obviously.
They do not.
And you're used to this darkness, and you just hear kind of like a rough stand still as you dodge out of the way of his two attacks. Okay. He's gonna take off over here and dash, and is kind of priming himself to help out this civilian. These creatures are going to run down here and attack you. That is a 9 and a 23 to hit you, Revesai.
The 23 definitely hits.
Okay, for only 5 fire damage, and you are now set on fire.
Ow! Bastard.
Okay. Nyx, what are you doing?
I will just bonus action hex him to get it over with quicker.
Okay.
And attack him twice. Oh, hold on, let me crit 50. Oh, actually, that does crit since I hexed him. Nice.
It does?
Yeah, if I hex him, I crit on a 19.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So 16 plus 2d6.
Roll for it.
20 damage.
Okay, you slice up with your scythe, and it's just a brutal blow. You, like, actually can start to see the bone in his shoulder and through his chest. He is not looking great.
One more. Oh, nice. I crit him again.
Oh my
Hell
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, how do you kill him in the darkness that nobody can see?
Yeah, I go up brutally, and then I go right through him like a big cross, and he's in 4 pieces.
And just the 4 pieces fall backwards out of the darkness.
And I say, holy shit, did you see that? Of course not. Fuck.
Okay, any movement or anything?
Nah, I just move inside my darkness.
Okay, sounds good. Revesai, you are surrounded by these exploding guys.
Ah, I know. Awesome. He is kind of bloodied at this point. Going to... Yeah, we're going to cast Misty Step. Kind of back, so he can kind of, 5, 10, 15, 20, kind of like here. To
Okay.
kind of like get out of the way, and then he's gonna be like, all right, fuckers, again, and he's gonna cast another 2 Eldritch Blast at those 2. Oh, do they both hit?
They both hit!
Finally, and they're away from the wall.
Yes!
So 9 on the top and 11 on the bottom one.
They both burst into flames and explode, but they are indeed away from the wall. There's only one more of these creatures on fire, or one more of these fire creatures. However, you begin to hear one of the commoners yell over here. You see that Orther has completely burst through the door and seems to be pulling somebody out of this house. But you hear one of the commoners yell over here, and it seems that there is somebody trapped in that house over there that is on fire.
So this one right here?
Yep.
Cool.
This one right here.
Thank you, thank you.
So you see him kind of in the second story window as flames are licking up the building. So it seems that, well, you've eliminated most of the problems with the exception of this little creature over here. There's still problems to be had. Bonus action or anything?
I already used my bonus action on my...
Misty Step.
Misty Step. I will move over this way. Just to see if I can kind of, see in at all.
Okay. I mean, all you see is in the second story. There we go. You see a kind of like a lanky-looking 40-year-old man, farmer, looking out the window, kind of freaked out. This creature, I'm gonna roll a d20, and on odds, he is going to rush this farmer, and on evens, he's going to rush you, Revesai.
Alright.
Okay, he rushes you. The tree does burst into flames as he runs past it.
Oh, come on!
A 7, however, so it misses. Okay. Nyx, you also hear the guy in the building that is on fire. What are you doing?
The one above me?
No, it's actually the one to your left.
The other one?
Right, yeah.
Okay. I'll scream, "I'll save you, Revesai! Here it comes!"
It wasn't me!
But instead of attacking that thing, I'll just dash over to this building to try and help.
Okay.
I'll go up to that window, because that other window's on fire.
Sounds good.
I've just learned that if you click the little buttons, they open. That's clever.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I should stop now.
No, you're fine. You're great.
I'm gonna start spamming.
You having fun there?
It's so much fun.
You hear down below you, you hear kind of some yelling as, you hear a tally-ho! Stay away from the fields! On guard! And a shopkeeper that you've maybe interacted with over the last... Revesai, probably you've interacted with in the past. I don't know if Nyx went shopping while she was here the couple of days. But then another complete, burst of flames, and then oh shit! And then immediately rolls on the ground and kind of rushes forward as this gentleman down kind of south here, down here, who you would know to be Narth, who's kind of like a shopkeeper, seems to have defended some of the southern fields there. Okay. What are you doing, Revesai?
He can't see the guy. No, I can see the guy, right?
You can't. So it seems that the bottom floor is on fire. He cannot get down to the bottom floor. He's in the second floor story window, kind of over here. I'll move him down a little bit south. I don't know if you can see him. My thing's so
yes,
delayed.
I can see him.
Okay, he's down here in this window, but a story up.
Okay, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Does Revesai think he'd survive a fall?
No. This is a commoner.
Fuck.
So, you could try to break his fall, somehow, or you could go in there and save him. Those are kind of your choices. Or put out the fire somehow.
I don't think the thaumaturgy would work on something great.
No, this is This is more than what a cantrip could handle.
Okay. Do I think that the other commoner could break his...
No, they
Or
would
the
probably kill each
Or
other.
the other two commoners. Damn it. I'm gonna yell to Nyx. Can you catch him if I get him out?
Nyx is around the other side of the building.
I know.
If you get him out this window, sure.
No, it's gonna have to be the one over here.
I'm not over there.
Well, when you get over there, I can get him out. You're just gonna have to break his fall.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
Right then, I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action to cast command.
Okay. I will remind you that you do have a little flame guy on you still.
I know.
Okay. Cool. I was trying to get him above. Here. Move up. Sure. That works. Okay. Sounds good. You are holding your action.
I'm holding my action to cast command.
Over to the other side, you hear chaos happening. It seems that Orthiver has completely saved all the people over to the left, and they are frantically trying to put out the fire. This creature is going to attempt to attack you. That's a 16?
16 will miss.
Okay. Once again, you're ignoring it, and it's like grabbing at your clothes, and you're dodging away. Okay.
Almost the same dance.
Yep. Nyx, what are you doing? Are you going to try to burst through the window, or are you going to attempt to break a fall?
Oh, dash over here.
Okay. Does that trigger your command? I will allow
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna...
I'm gonna cast Approach. The target moves towards me by the shortest and direct route, ending its turn if it moves within 5 feet of me.
Revesai, if your judgment says to cast the spell, you can cast the spell. If you want to just ask the farmer to jump, he likely will. Like, he looked like he was ready to jump anyway, but just looked nervous because he might die. I'll let you character decide.
Well, here's the thing. Revesai doesn't trust him to actually do the semi-smart thing here.
Okay.
And so I imagine that he says, come to me, or like, approach, or jump, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And, like, part of it could have almost been him just being like, hey, like, jump down. But he just laces his words with magic because he does not trust him smart enough to jump.
Okay. What's your saving throw?
It is a 16.
Absolutely, it works. As this guy jumps out the window, Nyx, you're readying to catch him?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check. The DC is pretty low, but...
Nailed it.
Okay, you absolutely nail it. You straight up princess catch this 40-year-old
I give him a
man.
kiss on the forehead and set him down gently.
I love that so much. Okay. That's absolutely beautiful. He tears off. He, like, thanks you, and there's stars in his eyes as he tears off a little bit, and they seem to be making plans to get to the well in the back and to put out the fire. There is one more of these little guys. Revesai, it is back to your turn. How would you like to handle it?
Will you bugger off? Has this thing, you know what? Because I think it's funny, I'm gonna say that was a vicious mockery.
Okay.
Will you bugger off?
Yeah, I rolled an 11 on my wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
You know
It's
what?
only 5.
Because I think it's funny. I love this. I'm gonna let you kill him with 5 damage.
Hell yeah.
Because I think it's absolutely hilarious as you just yell that, and with your words laced, it bursts into flame. You are still close enough, so make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Mother would not approve.
You manage to dodge out of the way, but you do still take 3 fire damage.
He looks awful.
Nath kind of runs forward and goes, "Oh, thank goodness you two are here. I'm so grateful. Those things fucking burst." And he like looks like flamed and ash. His coat is kind of like half ash, and he's like brushing it. And he goes, so I don't know if you heard, but there's fire giants in the town square, and you are way more equipped to deal with it than us. And so I think we're going to stay here and defend these villagers and put out the fires. If you could go handle that, please. Here. He begins to fumble and he pulls out and he hands you 2 greater healing potions.
I'm downing one right now.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and roll. I think it's 44 plus 4.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Right. Ooh, I rolled decent on that. That is 15 points.
Okay, you heal those 15 points.
I will look at Nyx like, do you want the other one?
I guess you can have it. You seem to be worse at this than me.
I have killed more of them than you, and he pockets the other one.
Yeah, but I killed the hard ones.
I
You can keep taking the fodder if you want, like you always do, I suppose.
I literally fucked up both.
Sure,
of them.
whatever.
Thank you very
Whatever
much.
makes you feel better, Revesai.
More bantering on the way, and he like points towards the west, towards the town square.
You owe me new shoes for free as he's running.
Other way, Nyx, but
That's a different guy.
He doesn't care.
um,
Westward, you said, right?
yes, westward. So you guys take off and begin running through the village. You hear that people are screaming, and as you like run through a bunch of like farmhouses, Tristag is a bit of a farming town and a hunting town. So it's one of the like larger towns, but a lot of people come through here to trade. You see a whole bunch of people are essentially defending their homes and their livelihoods. You watch as one farmer is digging out another who got caught under a collapsed building. You see children running around dousing fire with buckets and nearby wells. Luckily, you don't encounter any more opposition as you tear into the town square. To the south, you see the familiar market square, which has been bustling with stalls and sales earlier in the day, that surrounds the Tower of the Lord Protector. The tower has a bit of a janky lean to the east, so like it's not fully straight up and down, it like leans a little bit. Said Lord Protector, who you know to be Daratha Shendro, which Revesai, you know that she is a thorn in the Lord of Pentacles' side. So the lords of this land of Salston, she's a bit of a thorn in their sides because she is decidedly female. And they're a bit sexist, a bit's putting it mildly, and she still has, and she's good at her job. She has managed to stay Lord Protector, despite Lord Silverthorn being, who is the lord of this land that borders, kind of is on the border there, so he rules over this land, but he's against her. It does seem that she has a very positive relationship with the new queen of Salston, Rialta Costa Salston, and immediately after she came into power, they've been talking a lot. So it's within reason that she remains Lord Protector, because as you are walking into the square, you watch as she's holding off 5 orcs that are riding these wicked-looking, large, like, flightless birds, and there's only, like, about 10 people of her task force with her. So she is intense in her fighting. You see several others of her task force are kind of running in a group off to the south and the north, as well as you see several people who are scattered throughout the road, and there's a campsite kind of next to you right as you run in, and they are dead or barely conscious. In the center, you see two huge giants, clad in plate, with large swords across their back, kind of red-skinned, and they have bright red, one of them has a bright red beard and like a mass of hair, and another has long hair, and it's kind of in like a braid that is down her back, and she seems to be clutching a rod that is ringing. It's making noise. It's making like a clear tone. Across from her, you see a barely standing Garland. He is the dwarven blacksmith. He has a hammer in his hand, and he leans on Darez, who's the shifty-looking campsite manager. They make eye contact with you, and relief spreads across their face as Garland points at the giants, who are digging up the campsite. They are, like, not paying attention to the people, and completely, like, digging up the campsite and throwing rock and rubble everywhere. But Garland looks at you, and he points at them and just mouths, "Help us." And with that, I think we are going to take a super short break. So once we get back, we will pop back on in and see how this group handles these giants. I just realized that I was muted. I totally forgot. That's fine. But we are back. You just got to watch my little guy bounce up and down for a moment there. But we are popped onto the map, as you can see, as these two came tearing from the kind of area where the inn is to the town square. It looks like the two giants are ignoring the people around and are letting their minions essentially handle, as they are digging up the middle of the campsite. And as I mentioned, one of them is holding a rod that's like lightly making a very clear tone. Looks like the dwarven gentleman is not doing too great. But whatever it is that they are doing, they are trying to stop them from digging up whatever they're going for. So, with that being said, we have already rolled some initiatives, and at the top of the round, Dars, who you know to be the campsite owner, that is this guy right here, is going to kind of reach into his pocket and feed a health potion to his friend, the blacksmith, giving him a little bit more vitality, as it looks like he's a little bit less of a fighter. So that is his turn. He's a little bit faster, and then he dips around kind of over here after making eye contact with you guys, and he hides. Okay, what are you doing? So you have a choice here. You can choose to stop the giants from what they are doing and to essentially fight the fire giants. Or you can let the fire giants do their thing. They're not really hurting anybody per se, but they are a threat, and while they are here, their allies are going to continue to attack. It does seem that Darathara is handling the problem, but if you choose to go assist her, that is an option. And there is a whole bunch of Legion members around her as well.
So essentially, we could either deal with, like, these guys over here.
Yep, you could help them out and help them kill them faster, but the fire giants may find what they're looking for, or you could go try to stop the fire giants.
What does Nyx seem like she wants to go do?
If you look over, you see her start yelling in giant, "Hey, you big ugly fatties, come and get you some!"
Okay, he's like, alright, Nyx got this! And we'll Eldritch Blast, 2 Eldritch Blast at the top one.
Okay, the top one is the woman holding the rod, and the bottom one, they're both digging, but just so you know the distinction.
Am I allowed to aim for her arm, see if I can get her to drop it, or perhaps
if you want to do a called shot, I'll allow you. It will be at disadvantage though.
I will take that.
Okay.
I'm trying to aim it with an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Okay. Disadvantage. How's a 21, DM?
A 21 is great and absolutely hits. She is, instead what this is it's going to cause a dexterity saving throw. I will warn you, they do not have very great dexterity, and she absolutely drops the rod. And you watch as it, tumbles and is kind of, over here towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you blasted it, it'd probably be over.
I was gonna say, it'll probably be the other way.
Yeah, and she turns and looks at you. Between Nyx yelling and you blasting the rod out of her hand, and she is looking at you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna send my second Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay, sounds good.
13, I assume, misses.
Yeah, it just smacks directly into her plate armor, and she doesn't even flinch as she's staring at you with ember eyes that wig you out a little bit.
I can't be good at all of them.
Anything else? Any movement?
I am staying my ass right here.
Okay. Sounds great. A bonus action?
Is Nyx still bardic? Has it
Yeah, I
been
don't
10
think
minutes?
you used it. I'll say it hasn't been 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no one else is within 60 feet of me, so we're gonna call it there for right now.
Alrighty, Nyx, what would you like to do?
So you did let me get one action off before this?
Yes.
Okay, alright, great. Then I am blinked, so that'll come into effect after my turn.
Hell yeah.
So I'll just start slinging Eldritch Blast, swinging my Scythe in purple wave at the big one also.
The
Or
woman
the
who just
same one Revesai
Okay.
was hitting, yeah. A 19,
hits.
4 damage,
Not-
Okay.
It's not my name!
and a 10.
Misses.
Okay, and then I'll move up. And I'll use a bonus action to hex the one that we are attacking.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Standing in front of the fence in hay bale. Go ahead and roll for your blink.
And I'll do it to its strength also. So it has
Strength.
disadvantage on strength checks.
Got it.
Ignore that. I disappear.
Heck yeah, you are gone. With Nyx
Not good.
disappearing, it looks at you, Revesai, and do you speak giant?
No.
No? Okay. It barks an order at the other one, and begins striding forward.
I can still perceive the plane.
Okay, sounds good. You watch as the giant strides forward to kind
Well, I
of...
want to know what they said, is my point.
Oh! I understand. Essentially, she just said, keep digging. To the other
Okay.
one. Like, I'll handle this, keep digging, is what you get the sense of. And as she does, she steps forward and picks up a rock from the rubble right next to her, and she chucks it at you. That is a 21 to hit.
Definitely hits. Oh, shit!
Oh no! I'm so sorry. You take 27 bludgeoning damage?
I'm down.
Okay. As you fall unconscious.
Actually, no, I'm not, because I have not. Oh my gosh, I've never been so happy in my life.
What happened? What happened?
I forgot that I had 9 HP because I reduced a hostile to points.
Because of what? Sorry?
I reduced the hostile to
Oh,
0 hit points.
that's right, you did.
You
Okay.
can't kill me yet.
Okay, you are barely conscious, wiggling your way out from under a rock.
I'm going to kill that woman.
Okay. You watch as the dwarf is going to dash. He doesn't make it very far because he has little legs, and he doesn't want to run through the campsite, but he's coming over here to help you guys.
Grab the rod.
He did not grab the rock. This fire giant continues to dig. That is his turn. You yell, grab the rod, and you just see a flash as you look up as you're digging or you're pulling yourself out, and you watch as the Duraz picks up the rod and then shuffles back. My dwarf! Okay. He lagged. It's fine. Okay. There we go. with that, Revesai, it is your turn again.
Is taking potions actions or bonus action?
So, in my game, actually, this is a new rule that I want to implement, that I heard of, that I totally forgot to say to Komori, but that's fine. So, taking a potion in my game is always a bonus action. Feeding it to somebody else is an action, as normal. However, if you would like to, choose to use an action to take a potion yourself. You have more care about it, and it's easier, and you get essentially the max HP from. So it's kind of, do you want to waste your action to take a potion and get more HP from it? Or do you, which would be the 4 times 4, right? Plus 4. Or do you want to do a bonus action and still have your action?
I am going to action. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing again, 15.
Nice. Okay, so that was your bonus action.
Yep. As he's, because I'm assuming he's prone.
Yeah, you're prone.
Prone with that.
It doesn't really say that, but I'm gonna. You're
He
prone.
almost died. He is prone. I'll take the L.
Okay.
He kind of still laying there, like pops it and throws it back like a shot, and goes, "Oh, you know," as he's like getting up, "You're really ugly, especially for someone who hits so damn hard." And he is going to, I think he's just gonna keep with the same old. Gonna slam another 2 Eldritch Blasts into her chest.
Okay, sounds great.
25 to hit.
Hits.
For 6. Such a bad roll.
Okay.
And another.
Misses.
Damn
You managed to hit her kind of in the upper shoulder and a chink in the armor. And then as she raises her arm, pulling this gigantic greatsword around and deflects your second one as it pings off to the side.
You're really obnoxious, you know that?
She does not seem to understand you. Or give a fuck.
Cool. 5, 10, 15. Or actually, you know what's funnier is, 5, 10. Ducks behind whatever this is.
Yeah, you, like, jump over this fence and kind of duck behind this basket in there.
Just in the muck, like, ew.
Oh my gosh.
I'm almost dead, but I'm fucking dirty.
Which is worse.
Yes.
Okay, Nyx, you blink back into existence.
Can I blink? I can blink within 10 feet. Can I blink back up on this so I'm like even height-ish almost with it?
You wouldn't be even height-ish. You'd probably be at about chest level. But yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'll blink there and take 2 attacks.
Go for it.
18.
It just hits.
16 damage.
Okay.
And I think it's 18 again.
Yeah, just hits.
13 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you swing into this fire giant twice, your scythe...
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. 7 more hex damage.
Oh, yep. Good job remembering. As you swing into this fire giant twice, kind of cutting through some of the armor, and it's not like falling off, but you can see gashes from where your magical scythe is fully cutting through. She looks a little shocked at the amount of damage that you did.
I flip her off, think I'm gonna disappear, and then I don't.
Okay. And it is her turn, and what she does is she bears down onto you, turning
Oh, I thought it was the other dude's turn.
No, he dug.
He's still digging?
She's first in initiative. He used his turn to dig.
Oh, okay.
So she's the 11, and he is the 3.
Okay.
Okay. So, the first one is a 19 to hit you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is for 30 slashing damage.
You still up, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, and then a 17?
Yeah, that hits me.
Okay, so that one's for 26 slashing.
Cool.
Okay, as she is... Essentially, it's like a vision of you standing on top of this thing, and she's bearing down onto you just like you slashed into her. You have her full attention now.
I fall down, so
Oh, are you unconscious?
I did just take 50 damage.
Fair. And the second one comes over and slashes through you into the covered wagon. And Revesai, you're like, there's no way she would have survived that, man.
Oh, shit.
The dwarf comes running around and is going to attack her. Oh no, he disappeared.
Oh.
And you see that his weapon does a little bit, like he takes this gigantic battle hammer and swings twice, bashing in and completely crippling one of her ankles. And it looks like his his battle hammer does more damage than you would expect to her. So, 1 second while I calculate that. 22 plus an additional... Okay. He can't really do anything about you, Nyx. I'm so sorry. This fire giant barks something in giant that we don't know because Nyx is unconscious and continues digging, but seems to be looking a little bit worried. Yeah. Can he make it? He can bonus action dash. Yeah. Nyx, you come to, kind of coughing up healing potion as you look as the kind of very sneaky. It doesn't seem that, the fire giant is looking at you or notices that you're kind of coming back to consciousness, as Duraz feeds you a regular healing potion, so you can roll your 2d4 plus 2.
Nice.
So, and then he goes, stay up. That was my last one.
Go get another one, cause I'm not staying up.
That's fair. He looks sweaty. Like his brow is so sweaty. Okay, Revesai, you think that Nyx is unconscious still?
I, in fact, do. How is she looking?
She's starting to look bloody and worried.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to risk it again. He's gonna pop out from the basket and slam an Eldritch Blast. 12 misses. Fuck.
Misses.
I'm rolling like shit tonight.
It wouldn't be a sly character.
This is true. You're not wrong. It would not be a sly character if I wasn't on my ass.
Yep.
And then
the one of the bursts does smack into her chest, and she staggers a bit, kind of crushing the fence underneath you, or underneath her.
Okay, and I'm gonna move forward to here, and then looking at the dwarf, I am going to shoot a little bardic inspiration at him and go, I haven't met you yet, but you're pretty damn good.
Actually, you probably would have met him. He's a master blacksmith.
He doesn't remember.
Okay. I love that. And then he looks at you just like pure like looks at you kind of confused, but takes that bardic inspiration.
I was gonna say, he's been bolstered.
Yeah, he's absolutely been bolstered. Sorry again for coughing in everybody's ears. Just a moment
No
to
worries.
say that I am still recovering. Okay. Anything else?
No. That's it for right now.
Okay, Nyx, you have been bolstered. What are you doing?
I'll stand up and run out and scream, "I'm back, bitches!" And flank this giant and attack it twice.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is one size too big for you to flank.
That's too bad. Oh, ignore that. I don't think it.
Yeah, 15
15.
misses.
Nice, that one hit though.
Yes, that one definitely hits. Is that a
12.
19?
No, it does. It's not hex.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you fell unconscious.
It's a different hex, anyways. But that also would have been true. Yes.
Okay.
12 damage.
Alrighty. She is really... She's starting to not look great, which you are now noticing because you were unconscious when I said that the first time.
And then I'll do something cool called sanctuarying myself.
Okay. You are now sanctuaried. She looks at both of you, and she looks back at the other giant, and kind of just goes, Nyx, you would understand this, as she kind of yells, "Fuck! We'll come back a different time. Come on." And she looks like she's running away. So if you would like to make an attack of opportunity, you can.
No, I don't hit. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Holding?
I'm inspired. I still don't hit.
Aw.
Oh, 17 misses.
17 just misses.
Damn.
However, your dwarven friend does hit and
Yay.
does a bit of damage to her. He kind of like almost hamstrings her, and she is limping as they are running away. She is running away. Why did you roll? Roll, please.
Oh, thank you for the
There was a tea delivery. Okay.
was delivered.
So with that, she is booking it, and she is dashing and is off the map. Okay. The dwarf is going to vault over and kind of hold the line here. And is going to hold an action to see what this guy does. And true to what was said, he's gonna go, and rather than running through you, he is going to move up north and take off and dash. And he's leaving behind, like, he was carrying a shovel, absolutely leaving that behind. There's a huge gaping hole in the middle here.
A shovel you say.
A giant size shovel. Okay, Revesai, are you doing anything as these creatures are leaving?
Is she still within 120 feet?
Yes, she is.
Oh, I'm absolutely taking shots.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
8?
Okay. 17 just
17
misses.
just missed. Damn.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take the one pot shot and I'll kind of clamber over and I'm like, "Do you need anything? What's going on over here? Why is there a giant hole?"
Nyx, would you like to take any pot shots as well?
Oh, for sure.
Go for it.
I hit one of them.
Perfect.
6 dumb odd.
Okay.
Ignore that.
On this round, they...
But I chase.
Oh, you're chasing.
She's not escaping me. I have to reap.
Okay. So Revesai watches Nyx looking bloodied, like,
Get
absolutely
back here!
chasing.
Damn it, woman!
Okay. So, for the sake of things, then, we are still in initiative, even if we move into a little bit more of a theater of the mind. They are 60 feet ahead of you. However, Nyx, you just moved and ran 30 feet, so you've closed the gap 30 feet. However, it is her turn. she is going to just book it. So she is running her full 60 feet, so she's now 90 feet ahead of you, as well as the other fire giant. So they are now 90 feet ahead of you.
Well, I'll never kill that one. I think that basically means I'm gonna get 4 more Eldritch Blasts in before I can no longer keep the pace.
Sure, I'll allow that.
Yeah.
We can just do that.
I will be taking off after Nyx.
Woo!
Nice.
So it sounds like I get 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Woo!
Nice.
Hell yeah!
11 more. So I did 19.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. And then I was 3 feet-ish behind Nyx.
So,
I get
oh, yes, 2.
18 misses.
Mhm.
I'm like ass.
20 does hit.
20! 11!
Okay, you manage to catch her in her hamstring, and you watch as the other giant, like, runs up and scoops her up. It looks like you almost killed her, but not quite. But
Wait, is he slower now? Because maybe I can keep pace now.
no, for the sake of things, he is not slower. He is very strong and is able to
Had to
carry
check.
her. But thank you for
Okay.
checking. So that being said, this is what happens now. You look over and you watch as Girathra manages to take out the last of these orcs. She and her legion have done a phenomenal job taking out the last of these orcs, and it seems that things have quieted with these giants taking off. You hear a little bit of, like, some people in the background are still putting out fires. You hear a call of, like, orcs, orcs, and then, okay, we're good, kind of yelling from one of the legions as they're calling the all clear. But you have resolved this problem.
I am like huffing and puffing. Nyx, I don't think we're gonna catch up.
Yeah, because you're out of shape, Revesai.
Not how you say my name again.
Maybe I'll get it when I care.
I'm still chasing after you. Thank you very much. I really did have to.
You couldn't get me in the sack, so you're still trying. I get it.
I am. And then he just kind of moves on in the conversation. You look like shit.
You smell like shit.
Of course I smell like shit. I stepped in it. They don't clean things around here.
Anyways, I am savior of the town. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it, Revesai?
Revesai.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure. Savior of the town. Very hot, very sexy. I could write a little ballad for you. Really.
You already tried that move, buddy. Come up with something better.
This was not to flirt, and also I had 2 drinks too many of mead, alright? So it's something I just do for everyone. You're not
Yeah,
special.
tell the other bar winches.
You're a bar wench now.
You wish. Let's go check on some people.
I do not wish. I'm a little
I
too
walk away.
good for that.
Okay.
I said I'm a little too good for that!
You walk away and walk back, and Duraz is standing there holding this kind of singing rod. And you see that they're kind of gathering the legion's gathering the bodies and just kind of getting everybody together. And he, like, holds it out to you, like, I don't want to be touching this.
I am immediately.
Okay. So you take it and kind of look at it. It's definitely magical. And seems to be making a sort of noise. It's about 4 feet long and it's heavy. And it has 2 prongs on one end and a molded hand grip on the other end. And it seems to be kind of ringing, and then after a little while, it stops.
While it is singing, I kind of want to try to match the pitch to it.
Okay. Absolutely. Easy for you. It's a good, like, D sharp.
Okay.
But something you would notice, because it's you and you're probably going to play around with this, the closer you get to the pit, the more it starts singing. The further you get away from the pit, so as he kind of walked away, it was getting quiet.
I'm sort of like dousing.
What'd you say, Spell?
Some sort of like dowsing rod.
Maybe. It led them here, I guess. And they were tearing this up, and you look down and the pit's like 15 feet deep.
Oh, I'm not very strong. He kind of like tries to like lean it down further into the pit to see if it hums louder.
Yep, absolutely hums louder.
We want to figure out what the hell they were looking for. Do we want to just like bury it and not deal with it?
Terrible idea. They'll bring more giants for it.
Darathara kind of walks up to you guys. She is a very stern-looking woman in full armor. And here, actually, I can show you guys what she looks like. Maybe? Does it show the picture? Yeah! A very stern-looking woman in armor. And her hair looks a little ruffled. It looks like they were kind of surprised. I mean, it is the middle of the night, and she probably wasn't on patrol. But still got up and fought. And she approaches you both and goes, so they were looking for something here, we kind of gathered?
Yes. We think.
Okay. Well, I'll handle it. You guys did plenty to save the town. Seems that they're on a mission to find whatever this is. So, we'll figure it out. And she goes, give me a moment. And she barks a couple orders and tells them, some people, what to do. And they move one of the wagons, like, over the pit just so that nobody falls into it. And, some other people seem to be gathering the dead. Some other people go off and, like, essentially are acting as firefighters. And then she turns back to you and goes, do you mind stepping into the tower for a moment, you two?
No, of course not. I suppose you might want this. And he kind of like plugs the giant rod at her.
I'll be honest. Not really. I mean, we'll take it, but I'll pull someone to identify it. But, come with me. And she walks you into the tower. You walk, through the area and kind of like, there's a whole armory and you see some cots where some people were probably just resting in between. And you walk up the stairs to the second floor into her office. It's very dark wood, floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, a huge desk, and she motions for 2 armchairs for you to sit in as she walks over to one of the cabinets, and you now are realizing that her wrist is 110% broken. And she begins to kind of like wrap it over, and she tosses some bandages over her shoulder to you both to kind of like handle some of your immediate gushing wounds. As I was saying out there, it seems that they're on a mission to find something. I've already sent a signal to Lord Silverthorn, and we'll have an army here in a few hours. So I feel like we'll be able to handle. I highly doubt they'll come back. We took out almost all their force, with the exception of the 2 giants. And from what I saw over my shoulder, one of them was severely injured. So I doubt they will come back in the next couple of hours before we can get an army here. What I'm thinking is, once I do have them here for extra protection, we'll devote some manpower to dig up whatever it is they were looking for. and see if we can relocate it outside of town for the time being so they don't harm innocent people again. Obviously, it's some sort of super powerful giant artifact, and I worry about the size if that right there is some sort of locating rod, and she like points at this giant 4-foot thing that's sitting on her desk. But my people's safety comes first. Which brings me to this, and she kind of like turns and sits down and genuinely looks at both of you. Thank you. Sincerely. We could not have drove them off without you. And I know you saved many, many lives over by the inn as well. Revesai, if you want, I can send word to your family of your heroic deeds or write you some sort of letter.
No.
Oh.
No need.
Do you want? No. Oh, okay. And you, Nyx, I don't know of your family, but if you want me to write some sort of letter of recommendation, should you ever need an inn with some sort of political ally in Salston?
I'll take one of those fancy schmancy letters.
I will take a...
Address it to whom it may concern.
Absolutely. If you have a letter in the right place, we can work in multiple places. And she kind of like grins at you.
I take a letter. I just, my parents are rather busy as they are.
Yeah, I'm sure. And she kind of like looks at you, and it's both sizing you up as well as like you see a little bit of sympathy. Anyway, I will get those letters for you. Give me just a moment. And she hands you kind of like, you guys wrap your wounds in silence as she writes letters for you, stamps them with an important looking seal at the bottom. So like you guys can show them off as many times as you want, and she will hand that to you. So feel free to add into your inventory a letter of recommendation from, here, I'll give you her name.
I called it Fancy Schmancy Letter from Dorotha.
Perfect. I'm typing it to you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. So I know that I'm not in any place to ask this, but I would love to request a favor from you. I can't ask anyone here to leave, but your passer-throughs. It's odd that the fire giants made it this far from the mountains without being challenged by the other towns along the way. And I can handle the political implications in organizing an army. I, however, cannot run off to warn my organization. And actually, as she says that, Revesai, make an insight check for me, just because of what you know in this area.
I'm real good at those, guys.
It's a pretty low DC. It's not that low of a DC.
It's a minus. It's 2.
It blows over your head. It does not. Sure, she can't run off to warn her organization.
Nope, she can't.
There's something larger at stake, and so I'm asking you a favor. Will you take the story of what happened tonight to the resident expert of my organization?
I'm down. Revesai is down.
You don't speak for me. I'm rather busy.
He's been chasing his tail. He's gonna go anywhere I go. Don't worry about it.
That is not true.
The leader of my organization, or not the leader, one of the experts is a little bit north, a lot north on the border of Rosewick and Vutherfold, but I can get you there now, and he should be able to teleport you back at any point. But
do I feel anything like I shouldn't, or absolutely we should not go?
No, you feel silence. And, like, the not the pulling silence, the, like, no reactions.
Okay.
And
I'm sure I can. Let me just send a little letter to my family.
yes,
I
absolutely. If there's a letter that you would like to write, I can get that mailed. And she'll wait while you write the letter.
Yeah, just a very quick, fresh, basic information. My family. He actually, Nyx, you'll notice this for the first time. He actually writes this, with his finger, a tattoo rising as ink starts coming forth from it. And if you go to look at it, he whispers his name, and can't read anything on it. He, all right, have someone send this off, and he hands a coin.
Thank you. She very respectfully pours a seal of wax over it and, like, reaches it back to you if you want to stamp it with your seal or anything.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Cool. And then she, like, tucks it into on the side of her desk. If there's anything you need to grab from the inn, otherwise, I'm ready to send you whenever.
I mean, I don't think I have anything else. Oh wait,
Yeah. I'm gonna go grab like my clothes and stuff.
He snaps his fingers, and like the fucked up clothes that he has suddenly turns into a fresh pair of exact same clothing.
That's disgusting.
How is this disgusting?
You just pretend to change clothes.
I did change clothes.
You're like a gross bacterial infestation all over your body. Ugh.
No, I did in fact.
No. I'm gonna go get my stuff.
He snaps his fingers again, and this time he's ridiculously aware. See, this is a third pair.
It's like you just magically changed the design of your clothes. Ugh.
Not how it works.
I'm gonna go get my clean clothes, then I'm ready.
Okay, sounds good. You run back. It's really sweet. Oh gosh, I'm totally blanking on her name. Give me 1 second. Where'd her name go?
It's Nyx.
No, not Nyx. I know Nyx's name. Your Gala, really sweetly, like, shoves a whole bunch of food into your hands, as well as a really nice bottle of wine, as just kind of like a thank you as you're running through.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I can't believe Revesai didn't want to come back and say goodbye.
It's okay. I'm sure he comes through. I'm sure he'll be back.
I will take the stuff and leave.
Okay, cool, you do. Revesai, are you making any conversation?
Nope. He's just kind of like humming to himself and tapping out a beat like over and over again, like he's trying to like get a bit of like something down.
Okay, sounds good. She will kind of say when Nyx comes back through the door, if you want to take this large rod, I don't really have any use for it, and I don't think we'll have a good enough mage come through anytime soon. You're welcome to keep it, I guess, as payment for this favor, but maybe just ask the gentleman I'm sending you to if he could tell you what it does.
Well, sure. And he's gonna dump it on Nyx. As you're so much stronger than me, I'm sure you'd be more than happy to do it.
Alright. With that, she turns around and pulls out a bottle of... It's a very, like... So, I'm a wine nerd, so I care about this shit. But, so, Sly, you especially know the difference between, like, the regular bottles and the Pinot Noir bottles that have, like, the more slopier sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, most of the bottles of wine that come from a lot of the other land are like the regular bottles, and elven wine is a lot more like a kind of a Pinot Noir, a little bit lighter. And so you would notice that, like, she pulls out an elven wine, which pretty much only your family makes, or it's something that is procured from somewhere else. There's a couple of, like, other people who do elven wine, usually further north, kind of, in, I'm blanking on the country. Anyway, so, like, it's not very, it looks normal to you, but it's not very often that you see it outside of kind of your family's area, as well as, like, your country. And you see its symbols on it. It's a circle that has one thicker side. And if I can direct your attention, I will reveal it to you guys. So hold on one second. Let me just reveal it to chat. So it looks kind of like this. It's a circle, very perfectly round, but one side has a thicker line on the right side specifically. And so she pours 2 very small glasses and just slides it across the table to you and says, "This will get you there tonight. Tell him your story and that I sent you, and he'll have a lot more insight on what's happening in the Romans."
Well.
Do you drink?
Oh yeah, he's taking it. He needs a drink after tonight.
Nyx, do you also drink?
I cut out. What did you just say?
I said, do you also drink the wine?
Oh, no, probably not. Thank you, though. I'll drink some later.
You watch as Revesai drinks it and completely disappears. Like, almost shatters into sparks and stars. And she goes, that's how you teleport to the leader. Or the expert I was referring to.
Oh, looks like we're walking.
Revesai's gone. You're not gonna walk. It's like a good month of travel.
Fine.
Why
are you doing this to me? This sounds full of alcoholics. I'll drink it.
It's like maybe a mouthful is all you get. And it's both light and dry on your tongue at the same time as you feel your essence scatter and then begin to reform. And that is where we are going to end our session for tonight. Oh my goodness.
I didn't do this when we started, so I gotta do it now.
Yes.
I have done that almost every single one of the sessions I've been in, so I have to continue it.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you so much to my fabulous players. Much, much appreciated. It was so exciting to get to know your characters. If you're on Twitch, stick around. We'll probably chat for a couple minutes after. But if you are with us on YouTube, a couple of a couple of announcements. I will be dropping the link down below on my website. We are running a little bit of a deal right now. If you want to play a one-shot, they're $10 buy-ins for a seat on 2 very specific dates. I believe July 7th, a little bit less than a week, and then on the 26th. So go check out all the information's on there, as well as if you want to know more about this campaign. If you missed this session or want to go back and check it out, go subscribe to my YouTube channel to get caught up if you maybe aren't going to be able to be here next week to meet our brand new character. I think those are my announcements. I think that's all I got. But anyways, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye!